think best like this.
I'm going to rest my
First of all, we'd like to
head.
thank Shout Factory for making these DVDs available.
What? I can't hear you. There's drumming.
That was a helicopter. I'm in a helicopter. Thank you all. We're reporting from a helicopter right now. Thank the Shout Factory for coming in and doing it.
All right, let's start
We
for
actually
real
started.
now. Melissa?
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I play Melissa. This is Brendon.
Hi, I'm Brendon. Like it's any surprise that it's me.
And all the way to the right,
I'm Wheezy. I'm
going to do this entire one with one finger on Brendon's knee.
I'll do that too.
Just to give everyone a visual
And I'll
at
be
home.
doing the whole thing totally aroused.
Finger
And they
off
withdrew
knee.
their fingers.
So here's a movie. I love when we start with a movie.
Yeah, so it's always
Pizza
start with
Club
a
this
movie.
episode, we think.
Yes.
Right. So it's
Which is something that in real life, I believe, Brendon.
something I
was the
invented
founder of.
a while ago. This was with my
President
brother and
and
sister in Chicago, and they were both going to school there. So we invented a pizza club because we really like pizza a lot. We're not like regular Americans who put on weight and eat a lot of pizza. So then I took the pizza club movement and I brought it to Boston, and I involved everybody in this room. Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone's in the pizza club. I think
Pizza Club.
Loren was working when me and Melissa first met.
Yes.
All the time,
Oh,
so-
we had a plot.
So we had a lot of. Oh, we were gonna try to make Loren fat.
I don't know if you
right?
know this,
Yeah.
Loren, but one of our first meetings, for some reason, we decided we had this evil plan that we were going to make you gain a lot of weight
I like.
by constantly offering you food and
Didn't
pretending
really
we were
happen.
eating it.
Whatever. It was kind of a failed thing, but
The first of many.
but I think that was the
failed
first
attempts.
time you and I met for breakfast.
Yes.
Oddly enough.
Yes.
That's right. That was the you guys were unemployed at the same time.
We're going to
Yes.
save this for tomorrow.
Right, I know, but at the same time, it was a breakfast in bed. So what's going on screen?
What?
Anyway,
Louis C.K. as
Dad's
Dad.
back.
Brendan
Yes.
on the phone.
In
Yes.
And
costume.
they're arranging to meet for lunch.
yes,
It's a little jarring to see Brendan not in his usual blue suit.
yes. This is a.
We were
I
one of the
don't
first
remember this
cartoons to use
episode.
the in-the-ear earbud.
Yes.
Yes,
Exactly.
it's true.
That was back when nobody had them.
I don't remember this episode that well, but I do remember that Brendan did escape from jail, and I think people are trying to kill him. What you don't know about home movies is that every character is completely gay. They just got finished making out with a dude when you see them in a scene. So look at everybody got finished, and girls too. Just got finished. What you don't know is right before the camera turns on, like our camera, the audience's camera, they just got finished making out with it.
That's an odd
They're
note.
counterparts of the thing.
Backstory.
Yeah, just a little extra. And every episode, what you don't know is someone does try to kill Melissa.
What?
Off camera.
Yeah, she just escapes
I
death.
always just escape
Yes.
death. Much like in my own life.
Yes.
Oh, hey, we were going to talk about Shout Factory
Yes.
Briefly.
And thank them.
and
Thank
thank
you.
them.
for
Those of you
putting
watching at
those-
home,
They were the ones who got us on DVD.
That's
this is
right.
how it works.
People
you need,
were against us.
Yep. You
People
need
try to fight
somebody
us,
like
yeah.
Shout Factory to come along and say, hey, we could put that on DVD.
Just like that, very
Yeah.
casually.
Yeah.
Like it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Not something we've been working for years.
Thinking about hoping for it. There's that turnaround again from the earlier episode.
And as long as we're giving shout outs, let's
Yeah.
thank everyone who's watching this because they bought it.
Oh, yeah, good point. If you're watching this, you probably bought it.
Thank you for supporting
Yes,
us.
thank you for either buying it or.
Or
just
stealing it from your
taking it.
friend or downloading it.
Either way, you're watching, and that's the most important part.
Yeah, and it's not like we get any money for this.
Yeah.
So have at it.
Don't
But
get us
buy
started.
more because
Don't
then
get
we
us
can
started
do
on
another
that.
season.
Oh, right. Yeah, so buy it legally.
Yes, buy it legally, right?
Yeah, don't steal.
Right. Until we get
stay
until we
in
get the deal
school.
for the third and fourth season.
Yes.
Then we really have
And
nothing to
then
gain.
go on a looting rampage.
A classic Brendan McGurk scene.
Classic. Oh, these.
the,
I mean,
the heart of the show.
it's
in
a
some
classic
ways.
Brendan and McGurk through and through.
Yeah. The beating
Oh, no,
heart
no.
of the.
Now,
Home
here's
movie sometimes.
count how many soccer balls are in each scene, audience, and try to figure out what that means, like what's going on with the scene, the subtext of the scene.
That's
So
right.
we
We
got
always
four
were
here.
careful to
We're
make
very
sure.
careful to know how many soccer balls are in the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, we got four here, right? What does that say? 2 sets of balls. That means 2 guys are talking to each other. So that if you can only count the soccer
And
balls,
McGurk just had his hand on Brendan's ball.
that wasn't Brendan's. That
That's
was
McGurk's
yeah.
ball that Brendan's
Yes.
handling.
Don't worry, adults are playing these characters, so it's never, whatever. But just count how many balls are in the scene. That will always add up to how many males are in the scene.
Did you guys on the first season talk about how Brendan and John mostly did the scenes topless?
We did not get into that. It
No.
was weird
That's
that
an
you guys.
interesting
Yeah,
tidbit.
it is interesting.
And me, bottomless.
Yeah. Well, I was
You
wearing
do what you have to do.
pasties the first 5 episodes, but then we didn't know if we were gonna get picked up.
And it was for network.
Yeah, and that was for network. Then I took off the pasties. I'm like, I'm so not ashamed of my gigantic nipples anymore.
They're like the size of quarters.
No, these
On
are
their
like
ends.
these are pancake nipples. These are like
Here's some
they're like
actual
pepperoni pizza slabs. Was there any mention of Caligula in this scene? I believe there might have
yeah,
been. I
that's-
think that was
that's
in
in the end.
that was in the script.
Yeah, no, he is. He's.
Oh, when they're talking about renting a movie.
Yes.
Yeah,
the
you know,
movie should
I
be
think
red.
would be fun to do, if not in this season, if there is another DVD season, would be to kind of A/B the scripts with the final product because.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm going to
It's
try to
funny,
do that
like-
in the audio anatomy of a scene.
Right.
Check your special features and see if that made it in.
Yeah.
See if I finish.
See what we have. See if there's anything at this point.
Yeah. This is cute.
Oh, this is McGurk kind of
Invites
getting jealous
himself,
of their
yeah.
kind of father-son thing
Right,
happening.
because that's usually what he does for Brendon.
Right.
Yes.
He's the father figure.
Exactly. Or vice versa.
I bet you we had pizza that day for lunch.
Oh, we had to.
We tried to. Or I'll tell you what we had. The peanut noodles and soggy sandwiches. Oh, man. Talk about, like, a bunch of
That's
entitled babies, like,
That's
complaining
such
about
an
food.
inside joke
Yeah.
that there are about 7 people.
I know, but, like,
in
we
the
would have, like,
world
our
that would get it.
our food was something that we got very sick of very early, and we never really made an effort to correct it. It was always like what was available around.
Right. But there's some sort of, I think, something nice about consistency.
Yeah,
You know what I
maybe,
mean?
yeah.
You knew you
Be
were
it
gonna
crappy,
get peanut
yeah.
noodle salad.
Peanut noodle salad, which I actually kind of like. I mean,
Yeah.
I still like it. It's just there wasn't that much variety to it.
All right, enough about the food part.
I'm getting so hungry, by the way.
Yeah.
So also, there was an old kind of like home movies rule is that we'd get there at 10, for the records.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't be funny till about 4 p.m.
Noon, yeah.
But like it was always like
But you
everyone
had
was
to s-
groggy.
yeah.
Chances are pretty good that we
At
went
least
out
half
the night
people
before.
in the room are hungover.
Yeah, and
If not, still drunk.
right, exactly. I think it was worse for me when I moved from Boston to LA, and I was pretty healthy in LA, and then my Boston trips. I think almost every episode my voice is like an octave lower because I was screaming all night, like or drinking or something like that, and it was just so. And also,
But you don't know this, but we actually never rolled tape between 10 and noon. It was all
It was
just
just to
rehearsal.
warm up.
having said that, we started this commentary session at 9:30.
So we're just
I'm
warm, yeah.
getting so hungry and waking up now. But
Jam and juice.
jam and juice. It was a
I hope we got that
short-lived.
clear.
We did. We definitely
Good.
did.
It was a short-lived thing that did not like. It was not as good as the explosiveness of Black Hole Brew, as far as an audience favorite.
Right.
Jam and juice was great though.
Jam and juice is sort of a kind of a one-timer.
Yeah,
The
one.
shot,
animators
yeah.
were the ones who came up with
Yeah.
all the product
Yes.
names.
But the
Almost
great
always,
thing
yeah.
about jam and juice is that it always faces label this way.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
it was
product
like
placement.
a product
It
placement.
was
yeah.
like a product play. We may as well have gotten a product, but we would have never been able to do that much work, like to
Yeah.
get a product endorsement or
But maybe Shout Factory.
maybe Shout Factory get jam and juice that doesn't exist.
Black Hole Brew.
Black Hole Brew. Black Hole. I also start singing a song.
Black Hole Brew
Wow.
song.
I know it's
Hear
my
your
stomach.
stomach.
My stomach is going insane. It's so empty.
It's great that it's on tape.
And I
You wanna
should
bite?
have worn a shirt today.
Do you want to bite? Are you
What people don't know is I told you what Melissa's wearing in one of the commentary tracks. You'll have to go back and find that. Today I'm wearing leather pants and no shirt, and I do have a big kind of like one of those clocks on my chest, like
Flava
Flavor
Flav?
Flav, yeah, just because that's kind of coming back.
Cynthia.
Cynthia again, and pining away after the girl that
You cannot get.
he is kind of out of his league,
Yep.
and he's really become an annoying presence in her life.
Yeah. Yeah, he works hard.
Yeah, that's the greatest thing. I
He's
think
it's
so
what-
uncool around her.
yeah, it's just every time he sees her, he just turns into a raving idiot, which it still happens. Thank you. I know that's my stomach. It's gonna get on the commentary.
It's like a plane going by,
I know.
or like a distant.
Let's just ignore it.
Well, I'm twice
can't.
both of your sizes.
It's true.
I am actually twice your size, Melissa. And Lauren, I'm at least 1/2 bigger than you.
A few pounds on me.
Yeah.
That shouldn't matter in terms of stomach
He
sound.
needs
No,
to
it's,
eat
I'm
more.
just saying that
Oh, you
like
need more
me being
calories.
bigger than you,
Yeah.
my stomach is bigger than you. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
true.
That's true.
I don't
That's
know if you-
basic science.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is basic science.
Let's listen for a minute.
Yeah, that was the funny part, but I forget what it was.
Because it had to do with the noise.
Because
Yeah.
it's yelling.
Oh, baby
right.
Dwayne.
You know, a lot of people don't know that if you're ever in a comedy jam.
Oh, baby Dwayne's tushy.
Oh, that's cute. Jason is Dwayne.
I don't remember this scene at all.
No, I don't either.
Was
Yeah,
I-
actually, there's a lot of music. This is the Battle of the Bands episode, basically.
It is?
Dwayne Lane, singer-songwriter, founding
Yeah,
member of
because
Scout.
I mean, this is like a kind of a dream episode for me that kind of didn't happen because
I actually think I never
there was too
saw
much
this.
story that like did not that eclipsed. That was kind of a very non-Dwayne photo with him like in his Faith
he
No
was
More
younger.
hairdo.
That's funny.
But this is like a little behind the music that Brendon did for Dwayne as he's trying to win the Battle of the
Let's
Bands.
see. This is the B plot of Pizza
Yeah, and it's such a B plot. And I was like, that's why I think I came back and did some more music-heavy stuff in season 3.
Did Battle of the Bands again.
No, I did the guitar
Guitar
competition, Guitar Mageddon, which was against I guess that was more autobiographical, but this one there's a lot of cool music, and Chris Georginas played drums, and Ida's played a lot of bass on
That's
this.
right.
And Chris Georginas is a hell of a drummer. He was like
Yes.
really like, and it was mic'd really nice, and like it was all the time or most of the time on home movies we're using like real time
drums.
MIDI
Yeah.
crap drums.
Yeah.
That was kind of
Or
like that
loops.
was it was very funny. Like some of the humor for the home movies music was not intended, but it was because of limited amount of time to record. Whereas like that sounds really funny. Like it's not supposed to sound good. Like I was like the rhythm was supposed to be good, but everything has got its own kind of crappy lo-fi quality to it.
This is a funny idea that McGurk gets him a bike because he
Oh,
wants
look at
to
that now.
buy his way back into his heart.
Aw.
Yes.
But then he revealed that he didn't buy
Yeah.
it.
And that's such a father thing.
Yes.
Right.
Like McGurk, that's probably all McGurk knows about being a father. Is you're
Right.
supposed to give your kid a bite.
Right.
That's one thing that Bill Broaddus is just really good at, because I think I remember him kind of touching up, a lot of any scene that I like try to write. He would always find like really great jokes and just really great reveals like inside of them, and he was just
Great joke writer.
yeah, he's an amazing joke writer and just could always add something to something that you thought was finished,
Like
Like
the
you-
punchline.
like the
Right.
punchline. Like I got all this setup, but I don't have anything funny. I have all this
The
great
bike
tension
is
in the
stolen.
Yes.
That's it.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Good time to talk about the Jason button.
Oh,
the
the Jason button.
Now, the Jason button did not happen until.
It wasn't acknowledged or recognized. but
Let's
it
say
was
that, yes, it
happening.
was
Yeah.
happening, you're right.
The Jason
Jason
button.
had a magical ability to end any scene with, like, some kind of, like, smart-assy comment
Yeah.
that was, like...
That probably
that
had
would
nothing
act-
to do with the scene.
Right, yeah, but, like, it would be, like, a one-word thing or, like, some kind of, like, a
One-liner.
whatever kind of a thing.
Couldn't end the scene until you got it.
Yeah, and in improv,
Yeah.
we would be able to finally...
Oh, it was Lynch's
Lynch's-
bike.
Oh.
He drives a big...
I think the
Yeah.
animators might have revealed that. That might
Yeah,
have
Yes,
we
yes.
probably.
Pizza
Pizza
pizzazz.
pizzazz.
Thank you.
There's a bee, a really big one.
Yeah, it was huge.
I hereby officially
Oh,
Wow.
another
cute.
meeting of the Pizza
Dad being
Club.
silly.
Meeting number 24-1.1 officially in session. Any old business?
A lot of eye movement on Brendon.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, always.
Still, like, I mean, like...
But it's
that-
good. I actually think that's worth talking about. The acting is a,
Oh,
is
yeah.
a huge part of
No, that's
animation.
true,
I
yeah.
think, like, in a lot of ways, we've talked about the squiggle versus not squiggle, and we point out these nice details. But what really
That's
the
a good point, yeah.
heavy lifting of animation is making sure that the characters are doing great acting, and it's really amazing when you see a scene that works. You sort of take it for granted, but when you see too much of the characters looking away or looking away at the wrong time or sort of unmotivated hand gestures, you realize how distracting it can be and how it can really kind of sink a scene. But what I think these
When it's
guys
nailed, it's
started
amazing,
doing
yeah.
especially well in this season, but they really were always great. But I mean, they kept getting better at just acting.
Right, yeah.
Right.
And
Because
it's
they
That
had,
was
really-
a that was a
they
big
had
deal, yeah.
minimal to no direction as far as that stuff goes.
Hey.
The animators.
That's not true. It's just that I didn't know what I was doing, and I was learning it as we went. As a director,
Right.
it was only, as I said before, we discovered animation.
Right.
So we
Right,
had to
But I
figure
mean,
out all
in
the rules.
general.
That's a good point. No, the truth is that Lauren
Altogether.
Lauren did
No.
give a lot of direction also, but like just with the nature of home movies, I think
You were moving fast.
you're moving fast, and the animators are given a great deal of credibility and
Authority.
authority to kind of put their own scenes together.
Yeah.
So so it's up to them to kind of make the same discoveries that we're making about putting a TV show together.
That's right.
And acting is a huge thing. And you notice that in like the big CG movies and all that stuff, when acting is bad or overacted, or it's just or things are unmotivated, it just I squirm in my seat when I see that stuff.
That's
like
right.
in like the big movies, and when they nail it, like it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's
that's right.
just like it's amazing. It's almost like juxtaposing images like with dialogue. Like when you have a deadpan face and you say something to that deadpan face, you infer a lot of information.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you don't need to do too much half the time.
That's a good point, though. It's also reaction shots. That's the other thing. Like, you realize when you shoot a scene live action, your actors are doing a lot of work for you. Obviously, as a director or as a writer, you're not having to worry about what's the guy's reaction. But when you're an animator, you have to create every inch of space that's on that screen. And you have to think about what the reaction
Not only that, you
will
have
be.
to like tape a lot of things together as far as like the previous emotion that is very funny, like in regards to a joke versus the next emotion that's going to like either tell the story or set up the next joke.
And this goes to my theory that live action is just cheap animation.
Wow.
That they're basically, I
I
think
would
it's just
love
a clever
to see
cheat.
that on a bumper sticker.
That's very funny.
It's going to
You
be
should trademark that.
Yeah, it's going to be on my my new T-shirt, my line of T-shirts.
This is
Called,
Paula's subplot.
Animators
She's-
are nerds.
Paula kind of wants to be more involved in the movies as Brendan's kind of like pairing up with his father, and
That's
McGurk's trying to.
right.
So everyone's kind of.
And is she still unemployed? So maybe she has more time on her
Yeah,
hands?
she's got a little bit more time on her hands, and she's in a movie about the movie was kind of My Two Dads meets Fled. Remember that movie, Fled?
yeah.
With one of the Baldwins?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a Baldwin and a guy. I don't know.
A Baldwin and a guy walking
It's so
to a
funny where
bar.
we took our influence, like some of the worst. This is a lot of fun.
Davio's Hard
Davio's
Lemonade.
Hard Lemonade. Oh, that's cheating. That was the same character repeated with different colored dress.
This is like
We were on
bad
time
80s
constraint.
music.
Yeah. Oh, you can see how they,
Burpsy. I remember that one.
they didn't do over so well.
That's McGurk's son from. This is one of my favorite
Yeah, I
songs.
like this. Coffee.
That was one of those I think most of the songs are one-shot improv moments where it's like.
That's one I have on my iPod, and I actually enjoy listening to it.
This one?
No, that's
The coffee song.
yeah, the
Wake up
coffee
in the
song.
morning and I have my coffee.
Because it happened.
Oh, yeah.
I put in the sugar
And the cream and it tastes nice.
I hope.
Your name, please?
Oh, he's shooting Cynthia.
So there's a
as
kind of
way to get
again one of those moments that, if done well, would have really worked nicely. But on my part, I think as far as
Why won't you give me the time of day?
having some kind of like blowout where he's trying to
No,
figure out how she feels about him.
Don't
Right.
leave, Cynthia. Somebody stop her. Cynthia, I have to
So
tell
it's
you.
this, which is kind of makes me feel a little cringy.
It's
No,
sweet.
don't be. Yeah, I think. Look, it's nice with the video on
Yeah.
the screen. It worked.
But I do.
You know, it's funny. This one more point about acting and animation.
Yeah,
This is I don't know.
my stomach. Oh my god.
We'll take a break after this and get Brendan some food.
No, I like it.
no
Can we
break.
bring in an IV?
So one point about the
Something.
animation.
Whoa! She took her shirt off. I was just gonna say the what we don't do, what the animators never did, were never even tempted to do. I don't think, because they sort of we are our own style unto ourselves. Is they don't do like double takes and like a lot
Yes.
of like old school cartoony stuff.
Right, yeah.
And I think it's great. I think it also lends something to the acting that it's a little more human and stiff, and there isn't this squash and stretch stuff.
When people in real life have a conversation, they're listening and looking. I mean, they're not sitting there kind of reacting on it. It's not a silent movie,
Yes,
you know?
and when you leave the screen,
Yeah.
you don't go.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
No, it is kind of like a new style of.
Yeah.
It
the
actually
new
is kind of its own thing that
Yeah.
kind of like grew out of.
low budget cartoon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But also just really makes sense and allows for the dialogue or the jokes to resonate.
Yeah,
Just the
and
moments.
it allows for
yeah.
it to be more adult too. I think in a funny way. The exaggerated stuff really is about like Disney and cartoons the way we used to remember
That's for
them.
babies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's for babies.
It's for babies,
Yeah.
dude.
Stupid babies.
Yeah, grown-ups just blink and turn their heads.
Yeah, they really like,
true.
they gotta conserve their energy because they're
Exactly.
hungry all the time.
Grown-ups are tired.
Maybe I am.
Yeah.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
I'm acting like a jerk.
This is a great scene.
That's a laugh coming from you.
Oh, they have this
So
kind of
good.
baby quarrel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so
No,
nice.
you are.
And this is the three. This is Louis C.K., Brendan, and John in a scene together, which is
I stay out of this.
and Lynch watching all.
Louis C.K. did a really great job, by the way, as,
Yes.
The
as
dad.
Andrew.
I agree.
Yeah.
Very straight.
Very straight, but also very like straight laced, but also like gave himself. Didn't really like I mean the character just didn't allow for itself to be completely goofy.
No.
Because he is this kind of. But this is where like these kind of scenes where.
To announce the induction of our newest member, John McDonald.
Oh, he's so happy.
Yay.
How happy is he? That's so cute. That is like
Feels good.
pretty.
Feels
That's pretty
good.
much right in the like the sweet spot of home movies, which is as we've talked about
he has
many
a
times,
speech.
adults acting like kids.
Right. Yes.
And kids.
But I mean,
like
yeah.
Adults.
It's so great. Look how excited he
What
is.
he wants and
Yeah.
he wants the stupidest thing in the world and,
Yes.
and he couldn't get it.
And he's
Oh,
choking
he's
up.
choked up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's choking up.
He actually cried on cue. I remember.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
always.
He has a technique where he has tweezers in his pocket,
Oh,
and he keeps stabbing
I
himself.
thought it was all acting.
No.
Searched all over the earth, and we'd like to
I
I think I
love
tried
this
to-
teenage Melissa, though.
I know.
your mother.
They, she dressed up good, that Melissa.
Yeah.
She could play any age.
Yeah.
You notice
And
that?
she's in her own little pizza club there.
That actually wasn't your line.
Oh, great. You
you
aren't
are?
going to arrest us, are you?
That's my line.
That's funny. That's
Then
really
my line?
funny. Like the
You
cadence of
aren't
this.
going to arrest us.
Yes.
No, you aren't going to
No.
arrest us.
I think the
Well, cut. That's a wrap.
But we didn't finish the scene.
I know, that's a wrap. Hey, great job, Mom.
You know, I think I'm ready to direct.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
About that.
It's funny.
I tried to write lyrics to one of like the song that Dwayne wins to,
Yeah, it was great.
Mhm.
and they were really bad. And I always write music that's out of my singing range, which is like within one note. Like my I can hardly sing as it is.
Dwayne and his friends are on top of the world.
But
we gonna
I
hear
think
that song?
no, that I never record the lyrics. I think what I would do is I'd start
Whoa.
recording in like Jack and Itis and maybe Patrick would be in the room, and they were very nice. They kind of let me finish my process by myself, you know, because it would only take like 40 minutes to like record something. But
Because this was past.
but it was I was like I have to use my own judgment and not sing on this thing because it sounds so stupid. It just sounds bad.
Oh, I like this music though. The
Yeah, I like this song, too,
Victorious
yeah.
guitar sound.
Let's see, anyone new on this one? I see Louis C.K. now.
Yeah.
Is it Louis C.K.
Fixed
now?
it.
Yeah.
Adam Simha.
Adam Simha. All right.
Where was
yeah.
Patrick?
This,
He was probably working on the other thing.
Adam.
Something else.
Yeah, Adam
Something else,
rotated
yeah.
in this season and edited
So is
several
Jack
episodes.
and Adam. in
Oh,
this
I
one.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
He did a great job.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at all those
Now
songs.
a very successful
Furniture.
designer and manufacturer
Yeah.
of furniture.
Very fancy stuff.